Hey everyone, welcome to Cartooning with Sam. Today we'll do a food monster challenge. This is where we'll draw one cartoon character together and then I'll leave a challenge up to you and you can create your own imaginative characters. All we'll need for that is paper, pencil, eraser, a pen for later and some colored pencils. Press pause now, grab that stuff and unpause when you're ready. The finished character will look something like this. I'm going to put my character over here on the right hand side of my page, because later we'll be adding our own invented characters on the left. I'm going to start with the bun, so I'll start with this archway type shape, kind of like a mushroom shape. Then I'll reverse that shape down underneath there, maybe a bit flatter on the bottom one. I'm going to pop in this arrow shape pointing down. This is going to be my slice of cheese. This is the middle part. This is kind of more like an oval. These eyeballs are curved on the side and sort of flat on the bottom, so the top line will point down towards the center. In between my patty and my bun, I'm going to squeeze in this wobbly line. This is going to be my piece of lettuce. Down underneath my patty, I'm now going to pop in two large blob shapes, kind of like rounded rectangles, and maybe squeeze in two blobs which are going to turn into gherkins later. I'm going to add some dark areas around my eyes so as my character can look extra stressed out. This is looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. Alright, let's move on to the arms. I'm going to have the arms of this character be chips, like potato fries or something. So I'm going to figure out roughly this long, which is just a long rounded rectangle. Same with the other side, maybe a bit straighter on that side. Then I'll make my arms roughly the same length. I will have one arm down and to the side and the other arm up and to the right. I'm going to pop a little square on the end of that. Now, starting down parallel in line with the feet, I'm going to put a long straight line. I'm going to pop a little circle on the top and then come way back down, have a curve on the bottom and finish that straw cylinder shape. Okay, now for some cranky eyes looking over that direction. Some sesame seeds over the top, and that'll do. I'm ready to start inking. I'm going to grab my pen. When I ink, I try to do one stroke at a time, lifting my pen up after each stroke. Then I check over my line to see if there's any areas where I should add extra darkness. See in the corner of these eyes here? That'll look really great if there's little triangles of darkness just in the corners there. For my eye, I'm basically going to draw a circle, but I'm going to leave out a circle within that circle. If you see what I mean, it's kind of like the letter C. I do the outside first, and then pop in the dark inside. I'll do it again here. We've got something that looks like a cookie that's had a bite taken out of it, and then we just pop in a nice dark circle in the center. I'm going to go ahead and start on my lettuce, trying to keep my lines nice and wobbly and try to keep the flow of the pen nice and light, remembering to lift the pen off the page after each stroke. When I've got a really long curve, like the top of this sesame seed bun, I'll do it bit by bit, and I also need to leave little gaps to pop my sesame seeds in. The sesame seeds are just little ovals. Try to put them in as randomly as possible. Leave some big gaps and have some that are close together. Some extra lines on my lettuce. And let's move on to this burger patty. It's a little bit wobbly on the bottom, and along the top here I'm going to pop these long blob shapes. This is going to be this kind of shine. Under here, I'll just use those lines that I had already on my tomatoes, but pop in a little triangle of darkness directly under the center. Moving on to the cheese. The cheese is a great example of long straight lines. Let's build in that bottom bun, remembering we want it fairly flat on the bottom. Going ahead with long curve shapes. As I said, doing one long curve at a time and lifting up the pen as we stop. Let's move on to the other leg. Fairly simple. On the top of this arm, I'm going to pop a little square, which is kind of like a shoulder for this chip arm. Then I'm going to pop in that rounded square on top of my cylinder and put a little square on the end of that, and that creates a kind of 3D chip which hooks around the long straight lines of the cylinder, or the straw, should I say. This arm is fairly simple. We're going to pop a little square on the end of the arm that points back towards the body. We'll then use the corner of that square to pull that back towards the head, and that can make this arm look more 3D. A few more little triangles of darkness and we're almost finished. Remember to let your ink dry before you erase your pencil lines. I'm going to do my coloring in time lapse, which means it will be going really fast. You don't need to worry about following along with this. You can do your own colors in your own way. Alright, cool. I hope you're happy with your hamburger monster. Now it's up to you. I want you to use your imagination and think of some other food and then kind of just put some human features on it. You can be as creative as you want. And if you've got space on the same page, pop it on the same page. Or if you want to start a whole new one, then you can start a fresh page. Now, think about some sort of background or maybe some speech bubbles or maybe some character info for your food monsters. I hope you're happy with your food monsters. I quite like mine. I hope you've enjoyed drawing with me. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.